What a beautiful song. What a perfect song for this evening. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about relationship. We're talking to couples, some who are just starting out, some who have been in it for a while, and those that have been there, done that, and have a T-shirt. And so our next couple tonight, who is a beautiful couple, and it's Pastor and Lady Sonny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so delighted
for having us.
Thank you for being here. Now, I'm ready to delve into your relationship. Tell us, first of all, how long have you been married?
How long have we been married? We've been married for 18 years. Actually, okay. Saturday is going to make 19 years.
On Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
oh,
cliche.
Yes,
I know,
yes.
Keeps the presents cheap. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
All right, now, don't get yourself in trouble now, okay?
Package deal.
So, now tell me, how long have you been married?
Actually, it'll be 19 years on Saturday.
19?
Yes,
you all have some stories to tell.
I think so. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us. First of all, how did you all meet?
Ooh.
Okay, so I'll tell the story.
You gonna tell the story?
Yes.
Are you gonna tell it right?
I'm gonna tell my side
She'll
of the
tell
story.
her version of the story.
Okay, okay. Well, then you get your version ready,
yeah,
okay?
he has a version. But we actually met in high school. We're high school sweethearts.
Oh.
Yes, and we lived around the corner from each other.
Come on, praise it. Yes.
We didn't actually like each other, actually.
Not a little bit. That's
we
true.
didn't. We actually didn't.
And I was actually laughing because I'm like, oh, you know, I was listening to the Abdullahs, and I'm like, man, they don't know what they got themselves into. You know, if we're talking about movies, they have a chick flick and we have an action movie.
Watch out now.
we haven't started from the bottom, now we're here. And so we can't really say that that's how our relationship began. That's for sure.
So let me tell my story.
Okay, tell your story.
So anyway, I think he noticed me actually one day getting on the bus, but we won't discuss how. No, we won't discuss how. And we were actually in the band, and our band director made him drive me home. I think for a whole month we didn't talk.
Not speak. Actually, I would blow when I passed her. I had my little car. She'd be at the bus stop. She stayed on my block.
Is it because you didn't like each other?
I was a drum major. She was a majorette captain.
I was the captain of the majorettes.
And her entire team.
Well, you know, the majorettes are the main deal.
That's
back
right.
then.
See, he didn't understand that.
Okay, gotcha.
See, that's where the problem lied, because they felt like they ran the band, and I'm supposed to be the band leader. So her and her whole group was defiant. So we didn't communicate. I would blow my horn and pull off real fast and let her see me riding by while she was sitting at the bus stop.
Now, mind you, we were young. We were teenagers.
Yes.
Let's get y'all can't do that today. So anyway, but our band director made him drive me home.
Yeah, he felt it wasn't safe for her to be riding by herself, and he didn't ask me. He said, "You're going to do this as one of the leaders. You got to show compassion towards your people." So I said the first week or so we didn't speak at all.
Yeah.
And I would drive fast. I was angry. I didn't want her in my car. I was just, it was a sad scenario.
This is interesting.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It was torture. It was torture for me. But I had to do it. And then one day, go ahead and tell the rest of the story.
I think one day we just began to laugh and noticed that we weren't as bad as we thought. And he actually told me that I could be his summertime girlfriend.
Oh, well.
True story.
Yes.
You know, summertime, you don't have to buy no Christmas gifts. You ain't got to buy no Valentine's gifts. So.
Can I tell my story?
I was
you
a bad
looking
kid.
from the economic view.
I needed Jesus.
Lord have mercy. So anyway, so he and then I said, well, I'm only good for the summertime.
Watch out.
And that's when I knew she wanted me. When I told her, I said, you can be my summertime girlfriend. She was like, oh, so I'm only good enough for the summer? So basically, she was saying she wanted to be more than a summertime girlfriend. And of course, here we are.
And how many summers later?
22 summers later.
Wow.
There we go.
We've been
We're still together.
By the grace of God.
Awesome.
Yeah, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Man.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh, goodness.
Man, so how did you know that moment when he was the one? I'm going to ask you that. And then how did you know that she was the one, the moment?
Well, I think from the first day I saw her, I knew. I just didn't like the fact that she didn't know. I think that's what breeded the resistance.
But you weren't trying to help her, no?
No, not even a little bit. She was pretty defiant. She's bullheaded, you know, and I think that's what makes us a great team, is that her, you know, zeal and her energy, and she's on fire, and she's a firecracker. I mean, her mama spoiled her, so this is the kind of person she is. Sorry if she's watching. Lord, come on, pray, stretch your hands.
Pray.
But so I think part of the biggest thing for us was really just breeding a relationship that worked. I knew from the first day I met her, and it wasn't always peaches and cream. I mean, we spent a lot of years not really loving each other like we should. We didn't know how to love each other. We started as kids. My mom was a single parent for many a years, so I didn't know what a relationship was supposed to look like. So it was harder for me because she grew up in kind of a dual home with mom and dad. So it was, again, I say we started from the bottom. Now we're here. Right. By the grace of God.
I love it. I love it. Now, they're and for the most part, in more cases than none, if you came from a single-parent home, particularly for the men, and you didn't have that father figure, oftentimes it's hard to know what to do because you didn't have that example set in front of you.
Yeah, I think, but that was a fuel for me. That's what kind of, I think it inspired me more than distracted me. It kind of pushed and motivated me to be a better first husband, because I was going to prove to, you know, the naysayers and the people who were watching who said that, you know, teenagers couldn't make it, or y'all got married too soon or too young. I wanted everybody to know that, you know, we could do this, that this was the love of my life and we could make it. So we pushed and pressed a lot harder than most people, and we had to reinvent ourselves. I think one of the biggest things for me as relationships are concerned is the 3 C's. First, we have to communicate. Then there has to be compromise, because sometimes, you know, we ain't always going to get along. Again, she's a locomotive, I'm a locomotive. We're trying to bring these 2 trains onto one track. And then last, there has to be consistency. Anybody who goes to my church knows me a little bit, knows don't call me on Monday night.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Tell them why.
Don't call me on Monday night.
She said tell them why.
Tell them why.
Okay, so I'll tell you. Because it's date night. And if you call,
that's right.
And I answer the phone, you in trouble. Because Pastor Chris is going to be like, hey, who was that? Let me see the phone. So, I mean, we kind of, it's consistent. I date my wife. I do that
every Monday.
Every Monday.
I love it.
Every Monday.
And we have to get permission to miss a Monday. If we have something like work or something like that come up, we got to, I say, hey, before I can do a job or anything like that, because I do some part-time random stuff, I'm calling her first and say, hey, baby, can we switch to Tuesday? I'm not saying, can we not have it this week? I'm saying, can we switch? Because we're consistently trying to build on this relationship. I tell people, your relationship's not working because you're not putting any work into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Duh. I don't need to be that kind of person, but duh.
I talked to a gentleman a few weeks ago, and we were talking about my book, Maximize Relationship. And one of the things he said was, when I come home from work, a long day's work, my wife, when I come through that door, she don't even look at me. She don't say hi. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't acknowledge me. And he says what he does is he go to his room, take his shower, come back down, eat his dinner, and then he goes to bed and goes back to work again. How do and so when he said that, I thought, oh, that's terrible. Jesus. Your wife should give you more attention. But then I thought about it. Well, because there's always three sides to every story, and I thought, well, I need to talk to her. And ask her, why are you like that? Because most time women, we are multipliers. You give us something and we multiply. And so if he's working all the time and he's never spending time with her, then that might be why she doesn't acknowledge him, because he's always at work. I don't know if that's the situation, but in most cases there is a reason why that kind of communication is being done, or the lack of communication. So you're in ministry. How do you keep your relationship, the sauce in your relationship, even as ministers and being in ministries? Because a lot of times you have to wear many hats, and sometimes you have to wear a hard hat as a pastor, and then as the pastor's wife you have to wear a harder hat sometimes. So how do you keep it together between the two of you?
Well, I think we just, marriage is work. And so anything that you love, anything that you want, you're going to work at it. So we determined that divorce is just not an option.
Yes.
So
that's good.
no matter come what may, we're going to work it out. In ministry can be hard, but you know, our relationship with God first and then to each other. And we press towards that.
Yeah, I see, one of the things that I look at, it's like Krispy Kreme donuts.
All right, come on.
Come on, stop clapping.
Krispy Kreme
Y'all focus.
donut,
When the hot sign is on, come on, just for a minute, stay with me. I'm sorry, I'm messing with y'all mind. We all on our way as soon as we leave here. Pray. Make sure the cars are ready. But anyway, one of the things that I look at is that a relationship is like that, because when there's the glaze on there, it's in perfect condition, and that glaze for us is our relationship with Christ first. But if it didn't have any glaze, and even if the hot sign was on, it would be a useless, gooey piece of mess.
Right.
So that's how we look at our relationship with the Krispy Kreme theory. The more God we have in the middle of us, the more glaze we have, and the more attractive we are to each other. So we breed our relationship on working together. I don't do ministry alone. We know the rules of engagement with like different folks and stuff like that, and we just get in front of stuff, and we've been through so much that little stuff don't bother us anymore. The things that the enemy would try to use against us, we way far beyond that. Our biggest argument, go ahead and tell her what our biggest argument is.
It's who's going to drive.
Oh,
that's our biggest argument. Now the question that you had, but
we've
you
had
asked us
some OK Corral standoffs
about driving.
Drive home.
Yeah.
Come on, that's it.
Now, one thing she asked, she said, how do you keep it spicy?
How do we keep it spicy?
How do you keep it spicy?
Well, my wife is a chameleon. As you can see, one day she'll be a redhead, one day she'll be a blonde. And baller. When I say, you know, some days I come in the house and be like, whoa, what is this? I'm like, hey, is that my girlfriend, my mistress, or my wife? It's one of them.
Right.
So I love the fact that she keeps, you know, she changes it up. And I'm always trying to reinvent myself as well. You know, I used to be a bum. I didn't always dress this nice, but now I'm really excited about, you know, this new fashion forward type thing I'm doing, because I want people to feel good about their pastor, and I want my wife, most of all, to feel good about who she's with. So, you know, I'm always trying to match us up. This is my idea. I think I said that earlier. She had nothing to do with this. She was like, we ain't always got. I said, girl, we gonna match. You my girlfriend. I want everybody in the room to know.
There you go.
You my girlfriend. So that's how we do. And I'm anal about that, and she kind of goes with it. She goes with it. So it's fun.
I love your relationship because you seem to have a lot of fun with it, which oftentimes when we get married, we get so serious, and we take the fun out of it. I know we have to survive, and we have to work, and then we have the children, and then we have the bills and the responsibilities, but don't ever lose that fun that you have. Do silly things together, because that's between the two of you.
And I thought about this earlier. Well, what could I possibly say? But if you do what you did to keep them when you first got them, then you'll continue to stay married. So we, like I said, we go on a date. We'll date each other, or we'll go out, or we'll do things that, you know, with each other. Our children already know if we're not going on a date, they'll be like, Mommy and Dad, you got to go, because this is just a part of our DNA.
My daughter especially, she's like, I'm already cooking my food for the night. Y'all get out of here. Monday nights, everybody knows not to mess with us. And even I remember you mentioning the young gentleman, and it's sad that you would say that, but we've done some research. You know, I have a master's in psychology, so I understand the head game and different things like that, and we read books. And so we've done some research, and it helps us to understand that when we come in the house, if I've been gone for 8 hours, her attention is on me. She's not going to be on the phone. She's not going to be on Facebook. She's not going to be talking to somebody else.
And you are her husband. You're not Pastor so-and-so. No, when you're not Lady so-and-so. You are husband and wife, because you're that first before any position. Listen, I have so enjoyed talking to you all.
Enjoyed you guys as well.
I certainly hope you all are gleaning something, because I certainly am. This is just refreshing for me. Even if you've been married for a while, maybe you got stuck in a rut, get some sauce in your marriage, and keep that spice and that romance in your marriage. We're going to go to the phones right now, and we're going to just take the phones.